Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we have a really fun video for you with two new product launches from two really cool brands. We are going to be looking at the new Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez Soft Pinch Luminous Powder Blush. We've got some shades of that. And we're also going to be looking at some new items from Charlotte Tilbury, including the Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm in two different shades. I'm going to have to say that throughout the video. Honestly, I cannot. And the Pillow Talk Fair Cool Toned Pink Kissing Formula new lipstick shade we got right here. Plus, we'll talk about the relaunch of the Multi Glow. I have the original and the original packaging in both shades here. And we're going to do lots of swatch shade comparisons. And any swatch shade comparisons I don't get in that you need, just feel free to ask me here or over on Instagram, and I will be happy to do that for you. Don't forget that you can also follow me over on Instagram, TikTok, and on Threads. And for those of you that are in a hurry or only interested in one or two of the items we're talking about, please make use of the detailed timestamps down below. They are below the screen, or they are also in the description bar. By the way, since I've now told you you can use timestamps, in the last video I asked you guys how you felt about the previews, and what it kind of looks like we're going to do is, if I've got like 4 or more products, I'll do a preview. And if not, we'll just launch right into it. Sounds like a kind of good middle of the road agreement, don't you think? All right, let's go ahead and talk about Selena Gomez and Rare Beauty first. Okay, so Selena Gomez has put together two of, she says, her favorite liquid products, her cheek and her highlighter, into one powder shade, giving us the Soft Pinch Luminous Powder Blush for $26 in 6 shades. I picked up two, and we'll be swatching them in two different lights. I picked up Cheer, which is Selena's custom shade. That's what she calls it. And it is in this typical Rare Beauty packaging, little bubbly packaging with the mirror and this beautiful, really soft, smooth shade inside. It is a pressed powder that is very shimmery. It is smooth and weightless and buildable, kind of like a little bit of a highlight and a blush in one. I don't really think you would need a highlighter. You might want to put a matte blush underneath it, but you wouldn't really highlight over the top. As usual, you might hear some construction sounds outside. My apologies, the show must go on. We're going on to 6 months of this. They are ripping up my entire street, and I've tried to work around it, and we're just all stuck with it. So thank you for bearing with me. The other shade I got was the shade Truth. There's 6 shades for $26 each. I also got the shade Truth, and I had that sinking feeling. You know when you open a box and you think, why is there pigment on my hands? Oh no. And you look at the bag, oh no. Yeah, so this is, I'm going to show you the shade, but it is completely broken. I mean, not a little bit. Can you see that? It's just, it would pour out. And in fact, look at this. I'm going to insert this. Look at my carpet. This is when I first opened the box. That is not one of my members of staff working their fingers to the bone for me. No, that's actually the Rare Beauty in the shade Truth all over my carpet. So I'll be getting the vacuum out, hopefully getting that up. And I can't return it to Sephora. They're not great about returns when they break something, even though they broke it. I don't know. I got to see about that, because this is a mess. I have some products that are like that. I'll put a big X on the back, like don't open. It's just, I have a Patrick Ta shade like that too. Don't open. Yeah, because it's like it's booby trapped. You open it, poof, Okay, so anyway, we're going to do our best with that. And in the demo, I do apply one on each cheek. I've tried to kind of level that out a little bit for this intro, but if I look a little lopsided still, that's probably why. Okay, we're going to talk about those, demo them, see how they wear, and talk about how they look on the skin. Okay, over to Charlotte now. As you know, Charlotte has expanded her Pillow Talk brand within a brand, and she's introduced a new lipstick shade called Pillow Talk Fair in the Kissing formula, and 2 new Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm. Honestly, so you guys know from, if you've watched my intro video, I taught middle school English, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. For those of you in Europe, that's like 11 to 14-year-olds. And if I had said Plumpgasm in front of them, I wouldn't have been able to get the class control back. So, yeah. At any rate, this is the Pillow Talk Big Lick Plumpgasm. And she has it in 2 shades, fair to medium. We'll swatch them in medium to deep. I am wearing the fair to medium on its own right now. I'll be wearing medium to deep later in the video and applying them half and half over the Pillow Talk Fair lipstick shade as well. These are, we're going to swatch them, but let's talk a little bit about them. They are $35 each. There are 2 shades right now. They say that they use heat and ice technology and a plump effect called collageneer, which is trademarked. Now, Charlotte Tilbury, a lot of brands, but especially Charlotte Tilbury, tend to do this. They trademark a term, and then it becomes kind of a proprietary term. It's kind of like saying that Rebecca here at Not Fit for Print Beauty has Rebecca-ness or Rebecca Janier or something, you know, like the only YouTube channel with Rebecca Janier, trademarked, ding, you know, yeah, it allows them to kind of, okay, they've made something that they're calling the plump effect collageneer. Well, they do have a lot of skincare ingredients in it, and they say that 93% of people say that their lips felt and looked plump instantly, and that 25% said that with 2 weeks of use they had more plumped lips. And Charlotte Tilbury always has these studies with very few people. I mean, not that she can get a ton or wants to release the product early to a ton of people, so she has my sympathy there. But it's like, you know, 17 people surveyed. Out of 17 people surveyed, 94.2%. It's just like, what? I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but it doesn't sound like they are either. I don't know. I'm just teasing good old Charlotte Tilbury. You know, heat and ice technology. So if you've been with this channel for a while, you'll know that I am not a huge fan of prickly pear lip stuff. And in fact, the real ones that work, you know, bee sting and injection and all those, I would run off camera and take them off my lips. I can't handle them. My daughter and I once had a contest where we applied the is it the Too Faced one that really stings from a while ago? And she just sat there calm as a cucumber, and I was like running through the house going, ah! And eventually took it off. So I can handle these. They don't really plump, though. I mean, if you want them to actually swell your lips up, they have to irritate your lips enough to make them swell. And that's how they work, usually with peppermint or cinnamon or that kind of thing. And if you really want them to work, you're going to have to endure some pain. These really don't plump, but the flip side and the good side for me is that they're much more... I find them annoying because I don't like that tingly feeling, but I can handle it. The ones that really plump your lips are irritating the heck out of them, and I don't want to be like, oh, I don't think that's attractive. Slobber coming down your face. Let me put up some photos here. Here are some images of me putting it on with and without and comparing. Pointing to the areas. I'll label it with and without. And then I'm also going to put up an image of me wearing it on 3 different areas of my lips. So the whole bottom lip, the whole like top, my left side. And then there's an arrow in red pointing to the area with no product on it. That's me playing around with it yesterday, leaving it for 10 minutes here or there. So you can just kind of see what it's doing. I don't think it has a true plumping effect, an actual one, but it kind of makes your lips look a lot juicier and plumper. It's certainly a pretty product. I thought it had a bit of a vanilla smell, but not too much. Maybe a little bit, not too much. Now let's talk about this new shade of Kissing Formula lipstick, which is going to make you laugh and laugh and laugh, because when I first bought this, I saw them go up online, and I purchased it really quickly, and it said Pillow Talk Fair, a cool-toned kissing formula, $35. And I thought, I have to tell you guys, I'm going to confess, I make myself look a little foolish, but it does make me laugh. I must confess that when I saw it introduced, I thought it was a Pillow Talk Fair. Because remember, she used to have Pillow Talk Party, and it was like all these people spending the night hitting each other with pillows. So I thought this was a Pillow Talk Fair. You know, like there'd be a pie eating contest or a maypole or some sort of a booth selling little trinkets or something, or a Ferris wheel. I thought it was a Pillow Talk Fair. And I had to tell you, even though it makes me look a bit foolish, because I actually kind of like the concept. Like, oh, I don't want to go to a Pillow Talk party, I want to go to a Pillow Talk fair. So forever that will be in my head, and maybe yours now too. I get now that it's a fair shade. Banana Noodle, a member of my membership and of this community, of course, sent me something to ask about the fair shade, and I thought, fair shade? Oh, that is what made me realize. If she hadn't sent me that DM, I would have come on here thinking that I had switched from a Pillow Talk party to a Pillow Talk fair. I can't get it out of my head, so I had to share it with you. I thought it was funny. Last but not least, before we go to the swatches and the demo, everything is time-stamped below, we have the Pillow Talk Multi-Glow. This is the old packaging. There's Romance Light and Dream Light. This is the old packaging. Here's Romance Light. Let me make sure. Yep, there's Romance Light. And here's Dream Light. There's really new, very pretty glitter packaging. Here's Dream Light, Romance Light. This is in the old packaging. They're $45 each. If you never picked one up, they're an interesting little highlighter. I say this later on in the video. She calls this a highlight, whereas Selena kind of did the same type of thing, maybe not this shade, and calls it a blush. But they're both kind of really pigmented highlighty slash blushes slash blush toppers. Use them how you want, but they're kind of similar in concept, even though these shades, obviously, and I can't hold up this other one, or will be covered in, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. The carpet already has taken, really taken its share there. Okay, let's do some swatches before we go to the demo. So we're going to start here first. In studio lighting, we're going to do them all. We have both lip glosses, so here we go. Left to right, we have Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm in fair to medium, and then medium to deep. Then we have the Pillow Talk Fair lipstick. Then both multi-glows, I threw them on there for you since they've been re-released. We have the multi-glow in Romance Light and Dream Light. And then there's a little bit of a space, and we have our two Rare Beauty new blushes. We have our Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Luminous Powder in Cheer, which is Selena's custom shade, and then in Truth. Very pretty. And now let's see them even better by taking that arm right outside into the warm California sunshine. We have Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm in fair to medium, medium to deep, Pillow Talk Fair lipstick, Pillow Talk Multi-Glow in Romance Light, and then Dream Light, and then a little space, and Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. We've got her new Soft Pinch Luminous Powder in Cheer, and then Truth. Now I'll tell you there's some problems with the Truth shade. The whole point of this cheek shade is to be in this really gentle, soft, sheer formula. And so when it is completely reduced to a rubbly powder, it doesn't really apply as beautifully as it should, but we do the best we can in the demo. Now, first, before we go to the demo, I have a little bit more. Let's go to a Pillow Talk fair, shall we? And as we ride this Ferris wheel, I pulled a bunch of Charlotte Pinks to compare to. And I might not have gotten in the comparison you wanted. I thought I would get Very Victoria in there, or Pillow Talk Medium, or Pillow Talk Intense, but they really, just in the bullet, didn't look right. So I pulled everything that looked okay in the bullet. A lot of them are orange. Some of these are Charlotte's really pinker shades, but a lot of them are orange. And then I want to show you here, I'm going to have an arrow on top of two that I think are the closest, and I'll tell you what they are. So let's just go to it. I'll tell you what we're looking at. We are looking at the Pillow Talk Fair all the way on the left of my arm. Then we have a space, and there's Original Pillow Talk, Bitch Perfect, Icon Baby, 90s Pink, Red Carpet Pink, Stone Rose, Blushing Dream, Chic Pink, Angel Alessandro, Famously Pink, and Rocket Girl. Rocket Girl was at the end, which I thought looked really similar, maybe not on swatching, but in the tube it did. And then I do have a little black eyeliner arrow there above Icon Baby and Red Carpet Pink, because I thought those were kind of similar. And Rocket Girl, the one on the very end, along with after Pillow Talk, when we have Icon Baby, 90s Pink, and Red Carpet Pink, those are when Charlotte has started to do pink pinks. It used to be, here on this channel, whenever Charlotte had the word pink in a title, I would just change it to orange. So she had a shade called Famously Pink, and I just called it Famously Orange. All of her pinks ran orange. Her pinks are starting to run pink, including this Pillow Talk Fair shade does actually look pink. It's almost like they've discovered, like, wow, this is what pink looks like. I don't know. It's very interesting. But we can no longer say that all of Charlotte's pinks turn orange. they seem to be changing that. So thank you to them. Let me throw that back up there again so you can see. Now, if there is a shade you're wondering about, there's some I didn't include. I didn't think they deemed to be up there. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't work for you. So if you need to see anything else or see this side by side, you know, a little better on Instagram, just let me know. And I'm happy to put that up on Instagram for you. That is what I do over there. All right, I hope you are using the timestamps. Let's go to the demo if you need to. I'd rather have you here for all of it. We're going to go to the demo now. Take a moment. Make sure that you are subscribed. Please check down below for ways to purchase all of these products and for ways to join our $4.99 a month monthly membership, plus giving super thanks, which I always appreciate. But do make sure you're subscribed. Let's go to the demo right now. Okay, since we're going to have to do some lipstick changes throughout this, let's start with our first one. Let's go ahead and go to the Pillow Talk Fair. I am never going to think of it as anything other than that. With this, let's try it on first. I have not tried this on yet. I have been playing around with the lip plumpers, but not this lipstick. So let's see if it makes me look ghostly or not. Pretty nice. It's probably a little bit cooler or white than it should be on me. I'll remove the mirror in a moment. It applies really nicely. And it's definitely pink. It's not going orange. So hooray for that. I'm really, really loading it up here. What do we think? It washes me out a little bit, huh? You know, but with a liner, I think it would be really pretty. And I don't mean a liner filled in. I mean, maybe on top of a filled in liner, but I just mean lined lips. It would probably be pretty. I think it washes me out a little bit. It's not bad though. Okay, let's try on the blush now, okay? Let's do that. I have two rougher brushes here, both number 4s. I have not put on any sort of a highlighter, even our Pillow Talk Multi-Glow, because these are highlighty blushes. So let's start with Cheer, which is Selena's custom shade, and we'll put that on this cheek right here, and I'll just put it on a little bit and then I'll build it up. These are so smooth and beautiful. It's such a shame that Truth came. It was the truth. It came a mess, right? Okay, so here we go. Here's Selena's custom shade, which would actually be beautiful on Selena's skin tone. And I just dotted it onto my cheeks there. Oh, it's definitely glowy. It's showing a little bit of texture. Now, this is kind of a modest amount for you guys just to see it on. It's going to show texture. It's highlighty. It's like kind of like asking a cow not to moo. Cows are going to moo. And highlighty blush, this is the most bizarre analogy ever. Highlighty blush is going to highlight, and highlights bring things forward. So I say, be proud of the texture. You've earned it. But if you're not, if it's not something that you like to show off, I'm going to deepen this here for you guys. You know, please know that it will show it a little bit. It's nice and smooth, so it doesn't as much. But, you know, this is very highlighty. And in a way, kind of very similar. I might have said this already, so forgive me. A little bit similar to Charlotte's product, which is also kind of a deep highlighty blush. So is this a highlight? Is this a blush? Oh, it's a little bit of both. Okay, so I've really overdone it. This again is the Selena shade that she had kind of custom done for her, and it is called Cheer. Cheer. Would be prettier on Selena than me. All right, let's open. Oh, goodness. Let's get a fresh new rougher number 4 brush. And oh, it's such a mess. Okay, here we go. This is, oh gosh. Okay, I think I'm just going to use it off the mirror. It's everywhere, guys. It's everywhere. Okay. Oh my goodness. Such a pretty shade though. It's just everywhere. Okay, so here is a slightly deeper shade, which will also be glowy. And I'm just kind of trying to tap, but I needed to smooth a little bit too, because this darker shade, when tapped, wanted to just kind of leave its marks there. But it's really pretty because as I'm getting through it, I'll take down the mirror, don't worry guys. As I'm tapping through it and kind of deepening it, it's little bits of pink are coming out. I wish I had it in its smoothest form. I really think that the reason also that I went like this and it kind of made marks is because remember, it's supposed to be in this really kind of smooth delivery system, but I am working with it as completely loose powder. And it's not supposed to be delivered that way. So that is not a fault of the product, but a fault of the delivery. Okay, so I'm deepening that there a little bit too much. Okay, I'm not trying to look like a clown. I just really want you to see it. And as much as me over applying blush causes controversy, most people do like it. So I will continue to do it. Okay, so here is the way over applied, slightly messy Truth shade. And here is the over applied Cheer shade. That's Selena's special shade for her. And that kind of needs to be evened out, but I'll leave it for now. All right, what I'm going to do now is I am going to apply the first of our Pillow Talk, oh, what sort of embarrassing word is this? Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm. I'll apply the fair to medium shade. Actually, let's apply it. You know what this looks like. You know, the medium to deep has a little more color to it. You saw the swatch. Let's just have fun. Let's apply this over the Pillow Talk fair. Let's just put it here on this side. Okay, we're going to put it on this side of the lip. Again, you might hear construction outside. We're going on 6 months of that. Okay, and again we have, I'm just putting this over because it's kind of fun. Again we have, whoo, so it's a very cool sting. It feels like you rubbed ice on your lips, which would also plump up your lips. And it's got a definite kind of spearmint feel to it with a slight vanilla scent, I would say. Let me smell it again. Yeah, kind of. Mostly no scent, to be honest. Okay, so let me zoom you in here. My lips have Pillow Talk Fair all over them. And then on just this side here where I'm showing you, bottom and upper, just this side, we have the fair to medium. Make sure, yep, fair to medium Plumping, Plumpgasm. Oh, is it looking plumped? Okay, so if I were to rub ice cubes on my lips, they would definitely plump up. But I don't know if it actually plumps. Let's have fun here. I'll wear these little plumping things individually. Let's have fun. Let's put this on the other side. This is the medium to deep Pillow Talk Lip Plumpgasm. Let's just kind of go with this Harlequin theme, right? Now, I kind of want to rub my lips together. I guess I can actually because they're touching like to light color. I have been playing with these and they do calm down. I don't really think they plump the lips so much as give the lips a really glossy, plumpy look and feel. I am a lip rubber-er together-er. I don't know how else to make that into a sentence, but I tend to rub my lips together when I have product on them. It's a habit, probably a bad habit for a makeup reviewer, but I tend to rub them together. And because I do that, these last me about 2 to 3 hours. Afterwards, it feels like I have a balm on. When I say these, I do mean these Plumpgasm. Right there. I rub them together and because of that, they kind of wear off a little faster. If I could lay off the constant lip rubbing together, I think they would last a little longer. But it does feel afterwards like I have a sort of a balm on, like I said. The plumping effect really is just the gloss look to it. There's not a stain or anything like that. So they're not particularly long lasting. This cool tingle, spearminty tingle, lasts for about 10 minutes at most. All effects are gone by 20. I don't think it actually plumps, but I think the look of it is plumping. Now we're going into the slight burning tingle, very slight. Again, I can't handle much, and if it were something that were really exaggerated, I would have run off camera to get this off my lips right away. So I can handle it. I prefer not to have it tingling like that on my lips. I do find it a bit annoying, but I don't find it intolerable. Does that make any sense? Interesting. Okay, and I'll put that photo up again. And some photos. Remember the photo with the arrow is pointing to the area that does not have any product on it. So you could check to see. Now what I'm going to do now is we'll let this go a little bit and see how these blushes wear. And I'll come back on wearing only one of these. I'll let you see in the preview. I'll wear one Plumpgasm, and now I'll take this off and wear only one. And let's see what happens with the blush as I let it kind of go throughout the day. Okay, well in the intro I will make sure to wear the deeper medium to deep Pillow Talk Big Lip Plumpgasm. I am wearing the fair to medium now. I've got to be able to say that at some point with a straight face, but I don't know if I want to. It's just so silly. So here it is without any of the Pillow Talk fair underneath it. Just unadulterated. And it does give lips a really kind of juicy, significantly plumped look. And maybe feel, because it's a little prickly feeling for the first 10-15 minutes. But does it actually increase the size of your lips like some of those burning, stinging ones do? No, I don't really think it does. But it's interesting, and it's sure pretty. I mean, it really is a pretty gloss. It really is. So, do you need to buy this gloss? If you like plumping glosses, I think you'll like it. If you like that slight tingle, you know, some of the Dior's, the Fenty, a few of those, I think you would like this for your collection. If you demand that your plumping gloss actually really plumps, you know, and you can handle that kind of pain with some of those bee sting ones and such, you will not be satisfied with this, if that makes it clear. But if you don't mind a really pretty gloss with a little bit of a tingle as it plumps immeasurably but supposedly, then you'll like this. And I mean, that really is a category. It sounds like I'm making up something silly, but it really is a category. And like I said, the Dior, the volumizers are in there, and Fenty, that kind of stuff, Fenty Heat, you know, stuff like that. Okay, but they don't actually really enlarge the lips. They certainly make the lips look pretty and juicy, though, I will say. Now, as for the Rare product, I'm really, really, really enjoying Selena's shade here in Sheer. I think it's beautiful. And I think the only problem I have with Truth is simply that it's not supposed to be a loose powder, which mine entirely is. So that is probably why. And that is why I think this kind of stained a little bit. It's supposed to be a lot of a smoother application. So that's more Sephora's fault than mine, to be honest. And we won't go into why I will not be returning this to Sephora. They won't take it back. Okay, you can ask me about that in comments. But these are very, very pretty. They do reveal a little bit of texture. Actually not as bad as it could be, but I don't think it's something you're going to also need a highlighter with. For me, I would probably use these as a little bit of a blush topper. I would just like a little bit over a kind of a nice matte blush, just to add a little bit. I would like to combine them with the shade and use it to just kind of drape and be the highlighter. If you're going to wear a highlighter with it or a highlighty foundation underneath, I think it might be a little bit overkill, but those are my thoughts there. They're very, very pretty, and when not broken, very smooth and easy to apply and easy to build. When broken, not ideal at all. In terms of these Charlotte Tilbury Multi-Glow, they're very pretty highlighters, and you can pick apart. They're very, very similar to the Selena product, actually. It's not too hard to get in here and pick and choose what you want to wear. They're very pretty for highlighters, and the new case is lovely. But similar to the Selena product, they are kind of a very kind of blushy highlight. Funnily enough, Selena's calling hers in Rare a blush, and Charlotte is calling hers a highlighter. They're essentially very similar, though, to be honest with you. So interesting that they were re-released and released at the same time. And in terms of Pillow Talk Fair, I would say it's a little bit less ghostly than that KKW shade that Charlotte Tilbury had out a while ago, and kind of similar, a little bit less, a little bit brighter than Very Victoria, but very similar, as you noticed, to Icon Baby and Red Carpet Pink, more than more than anything else, to be honest with you, which is kind of cool, actually. But very pretty. I'm going to even this out, change my lip color, and then I will film the intro. But I would love to know everything that you guys are thinking. This is what makes us a community. Let me know definitely down below. Please make sure that you share and like, and of course, subscribe. And I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. So many new products in the next few days. Bye-bye.